Hi, I'm Carole, and I'm here to talk about my first impression of Claude Picasso, who reminded me of Pablo Picasso. And I met him in 1971 on the dance floor of Hippopotamus and fell madly in love. We were both married to different people, but that didn't stop us. And within about 2 months, he was living with me. He brought me daisies, and he moved in. And he was the image of Picasso. I was an art teacher from Philadelphia, and this is really, my heart went pitter-pat. So we were together for about 2 years, and one night the phone rang, and he said, "Oh, merde, shit. And it was the New York Times saying your father had died." So we got on a plane and went to Marseille, and stayed with Maya, his sister, and we drove up to a place called Vauvenargues, which is a castle, medieval castle, where we thought he would be buried. Now there's a woman named Jacqueline Roche, who was Picasso's last wife, and she hated Francoise Gillot, so we didn't know what was going on with his body. So they put me on the radio. I was in charge of listening to the radio, to where in the night the body was moved in a caravan to Vauvenargues. So I had to, and my French is very poor, it's like caniche française is what it is, for the dogs. And I was on the radio telling them what was going on with the body. So we got to Vauvenargues, which is a valley. We went over, first of all, over the mountains, which Cézanne drew, and Picasso owned one of the mountains, but he bought the wrong side. So we drove over the mountains, and we got into the trees, and we had to hide from the press because they were not wanted here. So again, I was on the radio listening for where the body was, and the whole thing was futile. About 2 hours went by, and we're crouching in this battered Citroën, and I said, let's just go into X and get some flowers and put them on any grave. Now it's about midnight, and there's a moat. It was a medieval moat. There were mounds of dirt by each grave. So we went into X and got Gladiola, which was what Paloma wanted. It was Paloma, Maya, Claude, and Maya's husband. So we descended barefoot into the moat, which was dirt at midnight, and they're following my direction, which was ridiculous. And so I said, well, you know, they said, how would we know which grave he's in? Well, they said it would be the freshest dirt. So feel the dirt, and they all started feeling the dirt to feel which was the most moist. I mean, this was absolutely ridiculous. So finally I said, oh, well, let's just, we had a cardboard, Maya's husband had a cardboard thing from shirts, and he wrote on it, "To our father whom we have loved and will love forever," and we were going to put that on a grave. I said, oh, just put it on any, it doesn't matter. So they put it on, I don't know whose grave, and then we all held hands around the grave and said the Lord's Prayer, and then Claude said, will you be my wife? And I said yes. So then we drove out of where we were, which was Vauvenargues, and by the press, and they didn't know we were there, which was a big story. You all know what they don't know. And I said, go look at the grave, look for this is a family. They didn't care. They were looking for I don't know what, je ne sais pas quoi. So the next day I looked in the papers for the story and a picture of our note. Nothing was there. Nobody knew about the night that the children cried and tried to say goodbye to their father. Thank you.